It says I am live. And this late, everybody's probably gone to bed. I might, I might have to sit here by myself. I wouldn't doubt it, except for Neil. Maybe Neil might be. Neil's usually up. Maybe Neil might be. Neil's usually up. But it does look like. Okay, come on. Switch around here where I can read. Well, hello there. How's Groves Family Farm doing? Oh man, I might miss you Friday. I hope not, but it depends on how fast if we go to the auction or not. Hey, there's Melinda. She's still up. Mercy. I figured you'd be snoozing. And of course, I knew Neil would be awake. Hey, Neil. Oh yeah, I was telling. We're going to the auction probably Friday night. We're going to try to. Well, we're not really going to buy. We're going to sell. We're going to take a few ducks. We're eliminating the ducks until we hatch the next litter, except for a drake and a couple of girls for them to run around with. Uh, but we got a turkey that's got to go. It's 10:40. Oh yeah, I forget. You're on an hour behind. It's almost 11 o'clock here. Oh, it's been a long day. Long day for me. But, we're going to try to, if we can get some help at the store, we're going to, we're going to work in the morning, Friday morning, and let her work Friday evening. That way, we can maybe be down there about 3 o'clock and get our ducks and bird on in there. Maybe it won't be so full back in the line. Oh, Neil's Neil's an all nighter anyway. What are you talking about, Neil? You all nighter anyway. That's all there is to it. Yeah, it's been a long, long day. Too long for me. I went and well, we're not going to tell nobody how mean that turkey is. I want to tell you, we're going to take him to the auction Friday. Uh, but we're not going to. If everything works out right, he'll be gone Friday night. We won't have to mess with him no more. I'm telling you, he's getting meaner than a firecracker. He's he's kind of hurt Scott's leg once already. that's that's why I quit getting the eggs. I had to put up with him. Let's go. See if he gets me off balance and gets me down. He'd hurt me. He's probably asleep already. You know how them elderly people are. They have to go to bed early. We worked into the dark tonight. Uh, I couldn't find it. Them little elves never would come and move them stickers for me. And then Scott kind of committed to it, and I wasn't gonna hold him to it. No, not today. And I come home and had to lay down for a while. And at the Dot's video, even if you hear you might hear when I walk down. Uh, oh, we're talking about Eric. Melinda. uh, when I walk down in the video, he's working on the making the duck thing bigger. You hear him. You probably hear him say, "You feel better," you know. Uh, but I had to come and lay down. He he just Scott just kept on ticking. He closed the store up this afternoon. And just before dark, I walked down there. I looked out the window. There he was, still working, trying to get them ducks straightened out. Yeah, well, 90. That would be 90 for me. Well, I think I'm about 120 today, Neil. Oh, 62. Oh me. Yeah. Oh, we do. We now if she happens to pop in here at in another hour from now at midnight, we do have somebody joining the elderly club. Christina's birthday. It was after that hour. It was after that hour. Yeah. Christine was actually born about, I think, around 10 o'clock. It was about 10 o'clock in the morning. She was born in 1982. So she's getting to be an antique soon. Yeah. She'll probably tell you she feels like it. Scott told me today, he says, you need to wait till midnight tomorrow night, just before midnight, and tell her happy birthday and pretend like you forgot it. Well, I'll tell you what, I had to Neil's Neil's on the roll, that's all. Uh I had to replace my birth certificate back some years ago. And when I got it, I just said, oh well, and let it go at that. I ordered it from another state online, and it was I when I got it, they had spelt my first name wrong. They spelt my middle name wrong, and the only thing they had right was my last name. And I said, "Oh well, you know." But my driver's license is spelt correctly. Uh, I ordered. They had a verification thing that put a star on your driver's license on the corner. You had to verify where you lived at. You had to bring mail in, a birth certificate. Even though you had a driver's license all these years, they still was verification time or something. And I thought, well, I had to send off a birth certificate. I ain't had one of them in 50 some years. I and there's nobody left to ask where is it at. And uh, back in the day, I didn't have to have my birth certificate to get my driver's license, and I always had a driver's license. So everything I've done has been through my driver's license. So, but anyway, I ordered a thing, and they had my first name, my middle name spelled wrong. Uh, I spelled my middle name was spelled with two e's, and they had it DEAN, and I'm like, well, I remember seeing my original birth certificate, and it was correct on there. Midwife was drunk. Oh, this now it's gonna turn out. Neil's wound up. He might have to go to bed early tonight, or this morning in his case. Yeah, I hope we can get down there and get the birds signed in and everything, and kind of early to where I mean, we still have to wait till all the goats. We have to wait till all the goats and four-legged animals go through before they get to the chickens are last. The fowl is last. But hopefully we get down there and get them set up and get them in line to where it's right when it first starts, and we won't have to stay forever. I tell you what, them midnight auctions just ain't no fun. I go and I don't. Well, Curtis was her name. Well, I knew a woman that went by Bob. Uh, Why they call her Bob, I don't know. Her name was Barbara, and when people talked about her, you thought you were talking about, you know, some guy named Robert or something that had, call him Bob. But yeah, everybody be confused. Man named Sue. Yep, that was a country western song, wasn't it? They just probably liked what they liked it when they heard it. They just said, "It don't matter. That's male, female, whatever. That's the name." I hadn't heard that song, and Neil, I hadn't heard a man named Sue. Who was it sung that? I hadn't heard that since I don't know. I might have been a teenager, early 20s. Yeah, yeah, Johnny Cash. Yeah. I kept thinking, uh, that, that guy's name that smokes all that wacky weed uh, had the ponytail. I never was a big on country music. I guess what I heard of it was my dad playing it, or Willie Nelson. Yeah, that right, Nelson. Yeah, Willie Nelson. I didn't think that man could ever sing. People used to say he could. He was a good singer. But everything, all the songs that I ever knew him to sing, he talked. He spoke them. He didn't sing them. You know, I don't remember none of his songs, but it was always something you could just say. He had a lot of help in I forget who it was. I can't remember how the story went now, but he'd have never made it in country music if he hadn't had the help he had. He had people pull strings for him. I don't think he'd have made it without the help he got. Well, yeah. Well, if I'm somewhere just playing, I hear it and stuff, but I don't. I I don't anymore. Hadn't in years, really. Neil, uh, I tell you what might kind of surprise you. I liked opera. I like going to the opera. On the road again, yeah. But a lot of his songs he bought from other people, or they wrote them for him. I don't know how many he did himself, but he was a character. He got a Johnny Cash. I can't remember if it was Johnny Cash or who it was. One of them went to jail around here somewhere one years ago. Got arrested. I think it might have been Johnny Cash. Yeah, I hear you. Well, in the I don't know if that's music or what that is, but well, got some bad news tonight or this afternoon. Uh, there's Eric. Eric made it, and it wasn't even but didn't even take 2 hours there, Neil. Uh, got some pretty bad news this evening. You know, I don't know if I ever told y'all. You know, my sister adopted. She could never have kids. She ended up adopting a bunch of them. Did I ever talk to y'all? Did I ever talk about that before? I can't remember. I don't want to repeat myself. Uh, yeah, she actually ended up adopting 10 kids, and the oldest one that she adopted after he had turned 18. Well, before he was 18, he had talked to his real mother and stuff. Uh, she was a drug addict and got herself in a lot of trouble. Well, she had uh, four kids, and the state took the 4 kids, and she never was able to get her life back together. And straighten out. I mean, as far as I know today, she's still a drug addict. Uh, but the grandmother of the 4 kids, when they finally decided to make, that she was going to lose her rights to her kids completely, and the kids were put up for adoption. And my sister had been taking care of them for years. I mean, they were little fellers, and the there was 3 boys and a girl. Well, the grandmother of the 4 of them, she she wanted the little girl and didn't want the boys, so she got the little girl. And my sister adopted the 3 boys. That was her first 3 adoptions. And well, uh, it ain't been 24. It hasn't been 24 hours yet. Uh, my girlfriend called me uh, this afternoon when they found out. I'm trying to. I don't want. I'm trying to pull something up. Skip that. That's what I want to do. There we go. And she sent me the news article here about an hour ago. Uh, anyway, he was murdered uh, at 1 a.m. last night. And they sent an article here. Said a man was arrested and charged with a second-degree murder of the shooting death of a Portsmouth man. He was over Wednesday night in Norfolk. He was over in Norfolk. I'm trying to get the whole story up here. Charged secondary in the shooting death of a Portsmouth man on Compostela Road early Wednesday morning in Norfolk. Police said the guy that pulled the trigger was 32 years old from Chesapeake, Virginia. He's been charged with second-degree murder and the use of a pew-pew and the commission of a felony in the shooting death of the Kimian Brewer, 25 years old, Portsmouth police said. Police got a call around 1 a.m. of a man later identified as Brewer suffered from life-threatening pew-pew shot wounds. 1700 block of Compostela Road. Some townhouse place over there. He's currently been held without bond. Yeah. Do what now? I don't know how to pin it to the top. Now I'm on StreamYard. And that was sent to me in my messenger. Yeah, it's something you just don't expect. The young man was going down the wrong road. After my sister passed away in 2020, he got arrested. He was with some other guy who pulled a gun on somebody else and robbed them. And that was in 2021. And now nobody could keep up with him, and he would make an appearance whenever he chose to. And now it's not good. It was on Wavy TV 10, Wavy WAVY.com. That's a local news station around there. And on their Facebook page, it's the title of it was a man has been arrested and charged with second degree. And yeah. And that's how she sent it to me. Wavy too. So if you go on Facebook and look up Wavy, that's where you can find the story right there. Yeah. See, all those towns kind of intermingle. You got Chesapeake police talking there. You got Portsmouth police talking there, and then you got Norfolk. So Compostela Road, probably think was in Norfolk. Uh, and he was probably up to no good. I hate to say it, but that's just the truth. Uh, it's a sad story. Uh, there'll be more stories about it, and you know what? Uh, uh, drugs will kill you. If they personally don't do it, then somebody will probably do it over them. You know. And he was looking. I mean, I went and watched him play. He played college football. And then he dropped out of college, and but he had a chance to be somebody and do something. I don't know, Eric. She just got that information to me this afternoon, and maybe an hour or so ago, she sent me that article in my messenger uh, that she had found. It was Norfolk Police Department, MPD. Uh, MPD, one dead, one arrested, and campus still a shooting. It's- I have no. All I know is she said this afternoon he was the oldest of the three. The next to the oldest was in the Navy, but he's stationed in that area. And all I know is that my cousin called my girlfriend and told her about it and said that he had called her and was crying because I asked how he was doing, and they said he was just upset and crying. So, uh, and of course, I'm reading some of these Facebook articles here. There's some of them just shouldn't be stuff you just shouldn't put. Uh, People that don't even know probably don't even know what happened for sure. But it's a bad part of town that he was in, and it was rough, really rough area. Yeah. Somebody put in there. It's heartbreaking. I know. He had a little girl. Or I don't know. I think they never were married, and I think his girlfriend. I think they'd moved to Maryland or something like that. It's just a broken up situation. You My thumbnail. I took a picture of the moon, and you can see a star. It's so clear out tonight. There's a star off to the left. But if you look right straight above the moon, it looks like somebody's doing a cookout. Hi, Tina. Tina's here. Looks like somebody's having a cookout or sending smoke signals from the moon when I was looking at it out there, and I tried to capture it in a picture. That was I said somebody's having a cookout up there. Let me see. Yeah, Eric, I'm sure there's still investigating, but they wasn't something about sudden. No, they even had a thing down there. If you know anything, call this number. Blah blah blah. Uh, but they did. They have arrested the guy. Or some, what kind of evidence they have and all that. I don't know. Oh, I was Tina, how's life in your part of it? I was going. Tina's wanting to know how everybody's doing. We're hanging in here, Tina. We're making best of life, smiling about it and being happy that we're all still here. It's 70s. I think we made 70 today too, Tina. It was nice out today. It was nice. It was nice when it was dark. 'Cause we didn't come in till after 7 o'clock. Uh, Scott backed the dump truck down the driveway there and loaded a whole bunch of stickers on it. And uh, I grabbed a few limbs and threw them up there, pretend like I was helping him. Yeah, I hear you, Melinda. I know you talked about that before. That I think I go in the house to lock my doors. And, have you got bars on your windows? A lot of them bad neighborhoods and stuff in bad areas, uh, yeah, I hear you, Eric. Yeah, in some of them areas you can't get police can't get nobody to cooperate. Exactly, Tina. I threw 3 or 4 little sticks up there on top of the thing. You know, Scott come up there. He got up there to come back up here at the house, and he was going like, "Ouch!" I said, "Exactly. That's what I was talking about. Them stickers will get you." But a lot of them areas, the police try to get information, get people to talk, and nobody never says nothing, and they're you know. Yeah. Eventually, you might get somebody who it wears down on their mind bad enough, and they feel bad enough about it, and they can't sleep for 3 or 4 nights or a week, and then they finally decide to make an anonymous phone call and tell what they know, and something like that. And, but like I told Phyllis, I told my girlfriend uh, that's just something you don't expect to. That's just a phone call you don't expect to get. Uh, it's definitely something you don't expect to read. Read about. I Eric, I thought you lived down there near the water where everybody was happy and surfing and swimming and fishing. And what's wrong with them? What's going on here? There's Meg's little house in the country. Our little snowbird. She's here. Well, thanks for dropping by, Meg. Uh, I had made myself a note, and then I uh, got sidetracked and was moving, not thinking too good today, and uh, didn't take my little book with me, and but I had a note to highlight. I was going to highlight Meg's little house in the country's page today, and, but that don't mean I can't do it tomorrow. It's still stuck on my little book. Yeah, Neil. She said she was retiring today, but she saw that I was live, so she decided not to retire. You know, hopefully the snow will go away. Yeah, I hope it does too for you too. But I sure will miss them pictures of all that snow. Did y'all see? Do y'all been over to her page? Might have been her last video or the one before. Uh, but I took some snapshots and put them out there for people to go tell people not to miss out and go look at it. But man, there's some pretty. When you watch a video, sometimes you gotta do a snapshot of the video. You gotta see what's going by in the video to really appreciate it. But there's some pretty pictures that in the background scenery that she's got going on there. Nothing happening here, huh? So you thought you'd switch countries and forgot your visa? You got to watch what you say, Eric. Neil's gonna be on top of it with something there. Mm. Well, I didn't hear nothing about Kason today. I guess he's doing all right. 86 degrees? Are you serious? It's already summertime. You missed the whole season. You done went into summer, 86. Let's see. Yeah. Oh, he'll be all right. He just had. I just pray he gets over it quick. Okay, good deal. That's good to know, Tina. Texas, not summer when it gets up to 90 and 100. You know, I can remember we're 47 tomorrow. Where's well, tomorrow's Thursday, yeah. Scott's got a Scott's got to go get some tubs tomorrow, fertilizer for the hay fields. That stuff's $800 a ton now. I'm telling you, they don't want you to fertilize no more. We're gonna have to have about 3 totes of it. Yeah, yeah. I think the water's probably still a little chilly down there. Eric got caught in that golf on the golf. You gotta love it. I got to where when spell check does messes me up, I don't even. If you hopefully you can figure it out because I don't even bother half the time. More than half the time I don't even bother to fix it no more. Yeah, I'll probably find I'll probably find out more tomorrow. What's going on? Uh, I know thumbs up and little Miss Quiet's done went to bed. Yeah, but there's Christina. Now I didn't say nothing about her earlier. Y'all forget about what I said about earlier. Oh, yeah. 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 Your brother might need to get him some help. And if you can't get him no help, you better get him one of those one of heated blankets. That's right. I didn't say nothing, did I, Neil? Where'd she go? I hadn't told Christina about Yeah. Well, when you get that old, when you get that age, you get exhausted quick. Happy birthday, Christina. Less than 30 minutes from now. Christina, you had any luck finding a stove yet? Yeah, it will be here in 25 minutes, Neil. At the stroke of midnight. But she was born in the morning time. Christina, you gotta go back to work. Uber. I think she keeps falling asleep on us. She's done. She's over the hump now. She's. When she was born, it, I can't remember what time it was, but it was about 10 in the morning, somewhere in that neighborhood. It was morning time. The doctor come in. It was emergency surgery when she was born, and there was so much going on. And we'd spent the night in a little bitty room at a hospital, so it's it was kind of confusing. Hadn't seen daylight in uh, several hours. Yeah. Oh, you ate too much, huh? uh, I want to send you something to read, Christina. Yeah. If she brings it to you, she had to put it in the Uber Eats bag. There isn't any leftovers. You forget, I got two grandkids that can eat big time. Now, where would you go to get that at, Christina? As if we all couldn't guess. Have they messed up the living room yet, Christina, after you cleaned it up? Watch out, Walgreens. She's stepping out the front door. I had to wait till Melinda typed it because I couldn't remember the name of the store. Well, what did you cook in or on your new stove tonight? Well, you got another stove now. You gotta you gotta make your first birthday cake. Oh, hey, we've got at least 5 new baby bunnies. I don't know if anybody could tell or see it, but we were down there tonight. She had them, some of them unburied. She's got to feed the bunnies. That's what she said, wasn't it? But we all know she's got to feed them. Well, we've got at least 5 babies down there. We can count at least 5. There could be some more up under that nest. But Mama had got 5 of them out from under that, out of the hair, to where we could see them. You got to make your first very own birthday cake in your new stove. Nope, not yet, Tina. They kept it clean. Yesterday she was cleaning the house and threatening kids not to mess it up, and they were begging to mess it up. Homemade spaghetti. And garlic bread. I told her that's what kids are supposed to do, mess up the house. But then there's supposed to be a little bit of something called, okay, kids, it's time to clean up the mess you made. But you gotta let them mess it up. But she wouldn't let them mess it up. She said she wanted to enjoy it for a few minutes. Tina, how many you got running around the house? I sent you an article to read, Christina. Did you read it? Oh, well. Well, at least you got a big kid. Only bad part about that, you can't put nothing high up on a shelf. Keep it out, keep them from reaching it. Oh, so you let them move to the part you've already cleaned while you go work on the part that's not clean. That's the way it's supposed to work. Rotation. He does that to you, Tina. Do you stand there jumping up and down, trying like you're trying to reach something high up in the air, going, "I want that! I want that!" Man, there you go, Neil. It might be a mess, but it's my organized mess. Yeah. Well, the night was actually, I think in my video I said round two, but that was round three with the turkey tonight, 3 nights in a row. The first night I didn't have my camera down there, and Scott was trying to get out the door, and he got nailed in the leg. Yeah. Well, at least you got a climber in the house. That's how Christina's got her first uh, part of her stove broke was a climber. The next break was the one that finished it off, basically. Uh, where do you? How'd you get the heated seats to work so fast to go from your door to Walgreens door? I mean, you just stepped out. Why you even bother driving? All you gotta do is step on one door. It's not even cold out. This ain't making no sense at all, Christina. No, you better not do nothing with that baby stuff. We'll have to get on some more. You that's how she gets them to clean up their stuff. She threatens to if it's not cleaned up, I'm gonna throw it out the door. Now I did have a I did have a air ride seat in my truck that I bought the seat and had it put in, and it actually has some massaging in it and everything else. Uh, you're air riding. You're right. You know your seat's on air, riding down the road, and I had the thing made for me. It was they measured me and everything and made the seat for me. I enjoyed that seat quite a bit. I had no trouble driving down the road sleeping at the same time. At least I discovered that's what would happen if I rode down the road using it all the time. Yeah, it goes through the olive oil. Olive oil. That finished off the stove. There's no such thing as an overload. Your house can't get too full of toys. They need to stay at your house. I'm telling you. I don't need nothing to trip over. I got to have a talk with Michael and them now. You know, they brought all this baby stuff over here. It's just sitting here. It's got to go. I'm going to tell them they got to have a yard sale or something. It ain't staying here. I don't know. They had one toy in there that was driving me crazy. I couldn't figure out where the noise was coming from. It took me days to figure out what it was. I thought I was, hello, yes. I kept hearing these voices. I'd be sitting there hearing it was far enough away that I couldn't make out what it was saying, but I could hear it talking. And I was like, yep. I used to complain about mine too, till I discovered that I had a herniated body. I'm doing my best trying to make it through the rest of life without having to have anything done to the shoulder. Yeah, I hear you, Eric. I got a pretty good one now. I usually just use it at night. I try to get things working right so I can ease off to sleep sometimes. The best thing they ever come up with was those reusable stick-on patches that you can actually wash them and still use them. Clean them off and use them again. Used to have one with just the two arms. Now I got one with four arms. Uh, Tina, what you said Casey was doing better, and he said something about on somebody whose live were y'all on? I got a thing about that a while ago. Then forgot about it. The one I got now can actually make you jump out of the bed. I don't think I've ever been to their channel. Nick and Zoe. That's not the name of their channel, is it? Is that their names? Oh, Chess. Okay, yeah. Yeah. See, I can't remember the names. Uh, I didn't know they were live. Of course, we didn't come in until after 7 o'clock tonight. Or 8 o'clock. I don't know. I think it was. You know what? I got my times messed up. I was looking at the wrong clock. 8 o'clock. I hadn't set the clock yet. It was 8 o'clock when we come in. Yeah. I've met them before. Oh, I got a thumbs down from somebody. Doggone. At least I ranked into the something there. Yeah, tennis units ain't that expensive anymore. Uh, I've had mine for a while, ever since back when I broke my back. After when I was trying to get it going, it still works good. Yeah, Christina. I'm surprised Christina didn't jump in there and throw that in there. They kind of at Walgreens. Let that one slip by you, Christina. Happy birthday, darling. Daddy loves you. It's 1 minute after midnight. Although it's at least another 10 hours before you were actually born. Christina, did you read that article I sent you? Yeah. We stayed till her birthday. Dang. Yeah. She ain't got too many more years to go, and she'll start be getting them letters in the mail about Social Security. Phone calls wanting to talk to her about her supplement. She has so much to look forward to. She's still with us. I thought she fell asleep. I mean, if she says she's at Walgreens, that don't mean she ain't asleep because she's so much at home there that she goes to sleep in there sometimes. Did you hear about? Have you heard from your mama today? Yesterday? Meg's little house in the country. So happy birthday, Christina. Nothing happened to him. He just sick. He's doing better. Tina said they said he was doing better. Some kind of old virus or something going around. I sent you an article on Facebook Messenger for you to read. Yeah. Back in the day, if you run a high fever, they just poured some ice on you, put you in an ice tub of water, cool you down. Who remembers when the doctor used to come to your house? Any of y'all remember that? Or do they still do it in some parts of the world? Yeah, rubbing alcohol does it too. I remember a doctor coming to our house. I remember being sick, and the doctor come to the house. Yeah, yeah. Well, you can't get no doctor to come to your house around here anymore. And you call and go, oh, I feel like I'm going to die any minute now. Oh, you want to make an appointment for next month? Last time I called down there, uh, I can't remember. I can't. I don't know what it was. I was having uh, yeah. I was having trouble anyway, and I needed to see my doctor. And I called down there, and I won't go to any other doctor. I just I won't do it. I just said it's okay, never mind. But I called. I had to be pretty sick to call a doctor and say I need to see my doctor. Uh, I had to be just about the point of crawling, and but I called and I said I need to see her. Well, she's on vacation. She won't be back till next week. Do you want to see so and so? I said, no, I don't want to see nobody else, just her. And I said, well, we can let you see. I said, look, if she's not going to be back the next week, I'll call. If I still need her, I'll call her back next week. Hopefully, I'll be better by then. And I didn't go to the doctor. And it wasn't a virus or a cold or anything. I hadn't had nothing like that. Something else was wrong with me. And uh, yeah, so I just didn't go. Yeah, that's funny. You can get we've got a veterinarian right up here on the highway, right next to the fruit stand. Does large animals. He'll come out and do X-rays and everything right out in the pasture. Well, good. I'm glad you're getting your medicine. Well, uh, I I don't tolerate. I just I don't trust any other doctor at this point. Uh, and I had a bad experience after I'd had my stroke down there. I think Christina knows about it. Uh, it was such a bad experience. Scott ended up down there, and they threatened to put Scott in jail. If he, I'm serious. Oh, she hadn't called me yet. Yeah, you said you made your appointments, Neil. You'll go. Go and get. If you don't, they'll be coming looking for you. Yeah. Well, my doctor was on vacation, so I wrote it out. Uh, but I had a new symptom or something. I can't remember what it was. Probably something I'm dealing with now. I don't remember what it is. Uh, next next Wednesday, Scott's got 3 doctor's appointments in the same day. Uh, yeah, Eric remembers that. Yeah, I remember. Well, see, the only doctor we had anywhere close by was in St. Paul, and he was in the basement of the bank, and Uh, are you talking to me, Christina? Are you talking about the article you read? Did you read? You must. I don't. She didn't put nothing else. If you're talking about, yeah, 3 doctors in the same day. So I know where I need to be Wednesday. I'll be at the fruit stand all day. Mine comes to the barn to talk to me. Well, that's the horse. Yeah, that's because you use a horse doctor, Christina. Next time up there, you need to see if they can do something about the squeaking. Yet. Well, I had to say, my last doctor's appointment, uh, I talked to her about some things, and she listens to me because when I really talk to her, because I hardly ever do. Uh, but she I explained different things to her, and told her this and that and the other, and she's like, and then she explained different things to me and what to expect and all that. And I was like, she knows he must not he must really have a problem if he's telling me about it. He won't know. Usually, if he has a problem, it must be serious, or he wouldn't be talking to me. But I went in there with my notes that I had wrote down so I wouldn't forget stuff uh, to say. Well, I'll tell you something else. We lost a chicken tonight, or in the past few days. Unfortunately, the chicken. Well, Scott says he did it. He says he killed the chicken. Uh, he says his fault. He says it's probably one of the best laying hens. Uh, it was probably one of the best laying hens we had. Not for sure. He don't know for sure. He says it's probably one of the best laying hens we had. But he had this basket, plastic basket, and he set it up. Uh, that's Murray's oldest adopted boy. The one, the first one she adopted, Christina. He's the oldest one. And why? Uh, he uh, he had that plastic bucket or sitting against the fence out there, and apparently the chicken was in the wrong place at the wrong place at the wrong time, and the basket fell over top of the chicken. And when he was out there in the video today, you'll see him working on the um, extending the duck area where the ducks have, you know, more grass. Yeah. Wow. Meg, you got a whole yeah. You're gonna have to dress up 2 or 3 times there, it looks like. Oh, that yeah, the basket fell over on the chicken, and nobody knew it was there. And he went out there to work on that, make that fence bigger, and went to pick that basket up, and there was the chicken. Who knows how long it had been under there? Yeah, I hear you, Eric. 3 more years. Now, Meg, the one appointment you go to that you really do a lot of talking, that's the dentist. You know, it's kind of funny how they'll come in there and they'll won't have a whole lot to say, and then they start sticking these needles in your gum and numbing you up and all this kind of stuff, and then they want to start having a conversation with you when your tongue won't do nothing but hang out of your mouth. I blah, 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 blah. You still have to drink that nasty stuff. I think they got another way of doing it now. Meg's little house in the country. I was singing with you the other day. Today just hadn't been my day. I wish I had a old hymn book from back in the day. Because there's some songs in there that I can't remember the words to. And every once in a while I remember the song, but I can't remember the whole song. I just you know, you got to try to talk to them while you're all numbed up, or while they got this plastic thing stuck in your mouth, holding you. I'm I will go up to the hospital and then put it in there. Oh, and he acts like he understands every word you say. Oh yeah, yeah. I heard all about that myself, you know. And, and you're going, I didn't even understand what I just said. How did he do it? Well, I guess if you work with enough people long enough with their with a hydraulic jack in their mouth, I guess they get used to it. Kind of like, you know, you around a little kid, a little toddler all the time, and the little toddler's learning to talk, but nobody. What do you say? What you say? But then the mom or the daddy goes, "Oh, she said she wants a cookie." Are you sure that's what that kid said? Oh yeah. Doctor knows sign language. Yeah. I want to knock you out. You ever had one of them gas tests done where they put that big needle in your wrist? You ever had one of them done? Whew, now that hurts. I had a nurse tell me one time she'd been hit more than once, but just a reaction. There's some kind of gas test, gases on your blood or something. I don't know. But, yeah, they go in through your wrist. I had one done one time. They go in on this side of your wrist right here. But had a before she did it, she goes, "Now you hold on to this you lost fortune, or do you mean uh they got away, or do you mean they passed away, or I mean something take them out, or yeah, Neil knows what to call Christina put her boots away, and now she can't find them. Just start sniffing, you'll find them. Uh, where's it muddy at? Your yard shouldn't be muddy now. We're walking around out here pretty good. There's just a few places here and there. The garden's still muddy. Yeah, Neil. Tell her, Neil. Now you probably can't find them. They got feet. They probably done run off. Just go out there barefooted and wash your feet off when you come back in. walk through the mud and let it squish between your toes. Uh, Meg, how much snow you actually got still left on the ground? You reckon? How many you got? You still got at least 3 inches or more, or is I guess once that mess freezes, it probably up there in that part of the world, it probably stays on there for a little while. Eh, I don't think I'd have done it to the chicken house myself. Yeah, I got you. Yeah. A drift here and a drift there. Did you get your driveway cleaned off before you get to the door? See, I watch your videos. I hope it dries up quick, because if it don't, your driveway is going to be one heck of a mess. Messages must be going real slower. Did you notice we hadn't had nobody in here that y'all had to throw a wrench at? Good deal. Make your feet grow. Yeah, fertilize them real good. Oh man. What size shoe you wear? Things must be really. I mean, Christine is just now. I'm just now seeing a answer from Christina on something I asked, something we talked about a long time ago. Yeah, I can see your driveway. You'll be able to. You might not have no ice and snow on it, but you'll still be able to slide on out the driveway from the through in the mud. I hope it dries up real quick for you. Just try not to make no more trenches. People drive by going, I would stop and visit her, but her vehicle's not there. She's not home today. It's sitting in a trench in the back. Oh, was the cage torn into? Christina? You need to mount them cages up in the air on the side of the barn. At this point, depending on if we can get help at the store, we're probably going to go to the sale Friday night. Hoping it won't be raining. The rain will be over with. Yeah. You walk in the mud, you might not squeak so bad. Ain't that right, Neil? Won't the mud work like WD-40 or something? Well, it's 11:36 some of y'all's time. Oh well, Christina, never mind. You can wear your boots. 9:30. It's 12:37 here. And I got to get up and do it again tomorrow. See, I asked what day of the week it was so many times a day. Uh, uh, I think Scott told me what day of the week it was at least 5 or 6 times. Then he'd look at me like, I just told you. Got a YouTube video to download? Well, and Meg's already in bed. Tina should be getting ready to go at 9:30. That's uh, up until recently. That's been that was past my bedtime. I remember when I lived. Yeah, yeah. Usually wasn't mud. That's right. Well, I think Melinda might be dozing off on me. You know who's not here? Where's Peggy? I bet she's snoozing. She found the boots. Well, happy birthday, Christina. Uh, I'm gonna be closing out my live. So if you're out there feeding them, you might not know it. Hope everybody has a good night and a wonderful tomorrow. Remember to keep on smiling. And Jesus loves you. And good night, Melinda. God bless. Sweet dreams, everybody. It was good to see y'all. I gotta remember how to end this on this now. There we go. All right. Now wait a minute. That ain't off yet.